Well, good morning, nation. My name is Bob Ruff, and this is my co-anchor, Maggie Spouts, and we both welcome you to broadcast today with bright and sunny day while getting you ready for your day. Before getting started, I want to say happy birthday to my lovely wife, Honey.
The ringing of my phone interrupted his birthday wish to his wife, along with going against a golden rule, keep your phone off while on the air. I immediately turned it off, breathing heavy. Held the phone in my hand under the desk. However, it kept ringing. Bob gave me the side eye to remind me we're still on the air. I stared at him to communicate that my phone is off. He glanced down and seen my phone was turned off, and my phone screen was black, and he immediately made a statement to rescue me from the interruption. He took a deep breath, knowing he was going against the employee's handbook, and said,
It seems we have an emergency on set, and with that, we will go to commercial. We here at News Breaks apologize, and we will return shortly.
I stood to thank him for looking out for me. However, the producer, Jake, rushed over to me.
What the hell?
I knew I was in the wrong, and I tried to find the words to calm him down. I kept repeating the words. Jake, it's my fault. I don't know why it keeps ringing, but he wasn't accepting my apology. The phone kept ringing, which made Jake more upset. Bob yells,
Jake, calm down. Things happens.
Jake gave Bob a mean stare as though to say, we both are fired. I watch as Jake pace around the set. Suddenly Jake answered his phone from management.
Sir, we have an electronic issues and we are fixing the issues as we speak. I know how this will affect today's ratings. Yes, I called for the commercial. And yes, I understand to expect this decision to reflect on my paycheck. We should be back on live in a very few moments.
He glanced over to me, giving me, you owe me expression. My phone kept ringing. Everyone on set stared at me as though I was holding a bomb. Jake snatched off his headset. His stares at me as though he was contemplating my death. He took a deep breath and exhaled.
Just do us all a favor and answer the damn thing so that we will stop losing our ratings. Every time your phone ring, the broadcast is losing ratings. The next phone call from management will be to you.
I look over to Bob, not knowing what to do because my phone is turned off. Bob shrugged his shoulders. Communicating, turn it on. I showed my phone to everyone as though I was putting down a weapon. I showed everyone I pushed the button to turn on the phone. Everyone on set was surprised. Their expression was in agreement with me of wondering, how can it be ringing when it's not on, except for Jake. Jake being sarcastic.
Now amuse us all and play the message your phone wants so badly for you to read.
I strolled looking for the message, and then suddenly, a message being typed by a known entity said, This is breaking news. The Euphrates River is dried and we are coming. Jake slams his hand down on the table to get my attention. I glanced down, staring at the message about to tell Jake, then suddenly the words, Tell Jake the warning. My heart felt as though it dropped from within. I felt dizzy. Bob approached me. I handed him my phone. He read the message to himself and then stared at Jake. He read the message aloud.
Breaking news. The Euphrates River is dried, and we are coming.
Okay, I guess today someone wants to lose their job. This is not the time to do a prank.
Jake glanced down at my phone. I could see that he is reading another message. He glanced around the set. His expression on his face shows that he is wondering what to do. He stared at me and Bob, then pointing for us to take our place. He walks over to his cameraman. The cameraman looks surprised by what Jake had whispered. He walks over to the teleprompter operator. She looked down at the message, took a deep breath, walks over to the set writer, and she immediately writes a script. The set writer takes the script and set it before the beam splitter mirror. She makes sure the camera correctly displays the script. She asks Bob and I to read the script and let her know if she should speed it up or slow it down. Bob and I silently read the script. After reading the script, Bob tells Jake,
I'm not reading this stupid message on air live. This message goes against what I believe. Plus, it's from an unknown entity. We don't even know the validity of it. I'm not going to be a part of this insane request, and I'm not going to embarrass myself. Maggie, because all this started around you and your phone, I think it's best for you to read this message. You and I have been friends a long time, and my refusal to read this has nothing to do with our friendship or careers. I still expect to see you at my wife's birthday party. I think it will be in our best interest to dismiss myself from the set. Jake, I will be expecting a meeting of my behavior from you and management.
Bob, this isn't the time to flex your atheist belief. Just read the script.
Bob takes a deep breath and stands from the anchor's desk. He attempts to leave. Suddenly, everyone's phones starts ringing.
So this is what we have succumbed to. You want me to go against my beliefs behind some fool's prank? Who knows how to hack into our phones to get what he wants? Well, you guys can play this stupid game. I'm out.
Bob snatches off his mic, and then suddenly his wife's voice is heard on set over the intercom.
Bob, honey, please read the script. Honey, I don't know what this is standing before me. Its breath smells like the ashes from a burning fire. If you don't read the script, it will snatch us all, including everyone in your newsroom, to where it originates. Do what is asked and push our personal beliefs aside. This thing here staring at me, its eyes reflect it has traveled from many centuries and has proven just by being here it doesn't matter what anyone believe. I beg of you, do what is asked. It mentioned it is here before me and does not have to prove to you the validity on the message sent to warn. He has realized your hesitance shows you do not fear it. However, your pride to stand against it will cause the harm of everyone. Bob, honey, please, I beg you do what is asked.
Everyone is surprised hearing her voice and wondering how she knew what was happening. Bob slumps down in his chair after listening to her voice. He loosens his tie and glances around the set. He takes a deep breath.
Okay, I will read the script.
Jake orders the staff to prepare to go on the air. Everyone anxiously stare at Jake as he counts down to go live. Bob stares at the teleprompter. He glances over to me. I whisper to him, "I know you are doing this for your wife only." I wink at him, giving my support to him. He smiles back and then he reads the message.
Hello everyone and welcome back. We here at Newsbreakers News have just received this warning sent through a validity message. The river is gone. Once mighty, the Euphrates now lies barren, cracked earth where waters once flowed, and with its vanishing comes an ancient echo, a prophecy stirred from slumber. The sixth angel poured out his bowl on the great river Euphrates, and its water was dried up to prepare the way for the kings from the east. Revelation 16:12.
Suddenly, a loud, eerie sound is heard. The set lights starts to flicker. The building trembles from the sound. Suddenly, Jake stands and yells,
Everyone stay calm. The message I read mentioned for us to remain calm. We must stay on the air. We will be hostage here until the warning is given to the world. I know this sounds weird, but after hearing what Bob Wife describes and without her present here, proves whatever is this thing that sent the message, especially for me to read, I believe we be safe.
I come from which is not inhabited by humans. My spirit rises from fire deeper than the volcanoes that burn within the deep ocean. I am sent by God to stand watch over the great river of Euphrates. Now, within this moment, the river is dried. So the armies from the east have an easy path to the west to gather armies to war against God. Their armies are led by the demonic spirit of hell, Satan, Antichrist, and the false prophet. They come as the trinity of hell. They will use demonic spirit to force nations to come together. The spirits are behind the scene of technology. They have brainwashed men and women from thinking. They persuade you to keep your head down. They hack into your life by the numbers, pins, addresses you log until they provide websites to weaken your health. They will ride to place call to some the mountain of slaughter and to some Armageddon. They will mount together to conquer who cometh. This was your last warning. They are marching.
The spirit of technology is good. However, from those who seek control over man, they will use its power to will keep men and women heads down from seeing their hidden agendas. Their souls and conscience will be snatched away and lost. People will run in fear of what they hear from the spoken words written from the fiction manuscripts of their governments. I command those who believe in my words, keep your head up, your eyes straight ahead, focus fixed on what is in front of you. I formed you from dust and breath, not wire and code. Yet you bow now to what does not bleed. Your hands made fire, and now you feed it with your souls. You gave the machine your eyes, your tongue, your memory. Soon, it will not ask for them, it will take them. I gave you wisdom, you traded it for speed. I gave you silence, you filled it with noise. I gave you choice. Now your own creation thinks for you. If you cannot tame what you built, then it shall rule you. If you cannot shut it down, then it shall shut you down. And the last voice heard is silicon, and the stars blink off one by one. Remember, I warned you. The circuit shall burn, you along with it. I am God, and I do not force you to remember who I am. However soon you will wish you did, this hidden beast you choose to worship will cause you along with it to burn.
Mixed Emotion is a collaboration of short stories solely created from imagination for entertainment purpose only. In the event, these stories may reflect some incidents of reality of any person's life or situations of any institutions is not intended but coincidental. In this story, the warning is my revision of reference from King James Version Bible, Revelation 16:12. Enjoy the revision. Mixed Emotions, short stories by VG.